Hello guys, and welcome back to Confined to 681's Minecraft Adventures. And today, let's just say I'm got no real plans immediately. Well, that's a lie. I did harvest this once it was grown and plant the seeds over here. I don't remember if I did that on camera or not. But yeah, today I would like to get started on The Music's Too Loud. Today, I would like to get started on the villager project. Two definite goals I do have is moving at least 2 villagers over, because we need at least 2 to get that going, and getting the villager breeder built. I have decided I wanted to do it above ground. And I think I'm going to stick to that. Now, the process of getting them over here is what I've got a big question mark on. I'm thinking water. Water and boat. But we'll just have to see how that actually turns out later on in the episode when I actually go over there to get them. For now, I just want to focus on getting the breeder side of it dealt with, because I have a feeling like that's going to be the most, well, not difficult. It's going to be the more important side of it. Oh yeah, one thing I did do, I didn't do much off camera. So I wanted to keep the majority of the eating of this on camera, if at all possible. Hey, cow. And do I have a crafting table? Yes, I do. We are going to be we're going to be upgrading to an iron axe. And that should make this go by a little bit faster. I've not decided on how I want to go about getting diamond tools yet. Whether I want to focus on the mining aspect of it, or I want to focus on the villager aspect of it, which the villager aspect of it would take a while. Because it takes a while to get emeralds and a max level toolsmith. And then there's no guarantee that said max level toolsmith is going to be selling the diamond tool you specifically want, like pickaxes, axes, that sort of thing. I will say this, I got incredibly lucky on the server I play with Warlord and James on, and that the diamond toolsmith sells pretty much every diamond tool. So I only needed one. And then I didn't bother setting an armor smith up, since I had already had basically max level armor. Oh no, the shovel broke. Who could have ever foresaw that happening? My pickaxe is fairly low durability too. That's not great. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I have... Oh yeah. Need to remind myself while I'm over there to grab some potatoes. But while I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I'm going to have enough... I don't have a lot of food, so... Well, I do have an idea for that. Historically, I've done a lot of trading with... my main trade with villagers is typically potatoes, because I can grow a sizable amount, and then fortune works on potatoes. So that's typically what I go with. But sticks is also not that bad. That's what I use on the server I mentioned. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to be my main trade quite yet. I've also done glass panes in the past. but that requires a sizable desert, which there's not one near, and... Oh, I didn't full screen. Oops. There's not a desert nearby, and I'm not I don't really want to go exploring just yet. I want to focus on stuff around here, just for the beginning part. After we get a few episodes in, get all the mining stuff out of the way, then I'll think I'll go exploring. There's still a fair amount of early game stuff that we need to do. I also want to build a mob farm fairly soon, because I don't fancy my chances of finding a spawner. Statistically, it will happen eventually, but it's going to take a while. Okay. This is going to be a fairly lopsided build because the door is going to be on, well... Let's extend that back. Okay, that's a nice footprint. Bring that up by one. That'll be the door. This is also, I'm realizing, going to take a fair amount of iron, so we may need to be on another iron or mining trip fairly soon. Or we definitely will be on another mining trip fairly soon. I'm going to need a little bit more birch. I could use slabs. But I'm not going to use slabs because I don't want to. I think I've got enough oak to actually build the walls. Another thing, I feel like the mini-map is too big, so in case you have this mod and ever wanted to edit the position or anything, I don't know if there's a way to make it smaller, though. I'll figure that out later. But that's how you would move the mini-map if you ever wanted to, is that menu. The options are fairly straightforward. It's fairly customizable. Fairly customizable? No, it's very customizable, which is one of the big selling points of this specific one. I've seen some of the other some of the alternatives aren't as customizable. Even Zero's, even though I'm not using it, is very customizable. Definitely want an iron door on this. Don't want to go and forget that this is in hard mode. This needs to be fairly tall because villagers need... I think it's 4 blocks. They need a 4-block tall room to be able to actually... will that break all the leaves? Yes and no. Okay, so... that's going to work out very well, in fact. Let's see. Is there going to be a center point here? For that way, yes, that would be the center point. I want to have this fairly well lit up. Well, for obvious reasons that I don't want... Historically speaking, zombies and villagers do not mix very well. Oh crap, it's getting night. Ah! No! The day is never long enough. Speaking of which, full Minecraft day there. Half of it just spent rambling on about nothing. Well, episode plans. I guess that's not nothing. It's already been 10 minutes. Wow. Sugarcane almost needs harvested. I guess something else I need to not forget to do is breeding the cows. Because after a while, these guys are going to definitely be the lifeline of this world. Both enchanting-wise and food-wise. I saw a skeleton. I do want a door on the back side of this. Because there is a way to make this breeder basically self-sustaining. Which is what I want to do. Fences. We need fences. I'm trying to scroll, but you can't scroll in this menu. It's a real shame. Let's go for a few more. And that's not going to be enough for stairs, no. Indeed it won't. Looks like I broke that other iron pick. That's fine. Oh yeah, if you noticed in my house there is another type of wolf. I found some wolves when I went back to the cave off camera to get a screenshot for episode 2 because I'd forgotten to take one. Funny enough. I happened to come across a pack of wolves, and we were literally right next to them. So I went back, grabbed the bones, and went and tamed one before the pack despawned. Because I know I would regret it if I didn't. It did occur to me to record that and then edit it in to the episode, but I didn't. So let's see. If I make this the water source, which would work out fairly well because then it would be hidden. So then I can take this back row and use that as crops. I'd prefer potatoes or carrots there because I'm not sure how it would turn out if I were to use wheat. I know if I use potatoes or carrots though, it seems to be fairly efficient. And basically what that'll do is I can have one villager be a farmer. Farmer. And then the breeder will be pretty much self-sufficient. They'll always be at max because they'll have access to food. Dirt. For that to happen, I'm going to need a composter. Actually, how much spruce wood do I have in total? How much bones do I have? I don't have any because I used them all to tame the wolf. By the way, this is what it is, a classic Minecraft wolf. Apparently is the ones that spawn in the cave biome. By the way, I kind of miss the old the old Minecraft wolf sounds. So then let's take this out by one more. That way we'll be getting the most of this area. I really would like to double stack this. Because I really don't want any of these villagers getting zombified. I feel like having this double stacked is the easier option at the start. I think that'll work. I don't think it has to be placed on the ground. The top of it just can't have anything on it. Though I'm not sure because I've never tested that. So this will effectively be the test. And I think I'm going to have this as a flat roof for now until I can get some spruce. Or more spruce. Because that's definitely not enough to do a rooftop. Albeit, I do know where some is. So I might just have to go over there and spruce farm for a bit. At some point, that's not going to be enough. Yeah, that's not enough at all. I don't like doing this, but I can always fill that in with dirt later. It's also good I got some birch on me. I can use that to craft the beds. Let's not do that. Let's... Alright. I'm going to use fences. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna use an iron door. And I'm just not gonna place any beds by this one window at the front. And I'll just use that as the way in and out for the transporting villagers. Because I thought about having a permanent way in and out, but I'm not, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. So, yet, anyway. Huh. This is difficult, because I typically build villager breeders underground, just so I don't have to overthink it. But I've intentionally done it a different way, so I'm avoiding the problem I was trying to avoid. Or I'm encountering the problem I was trying to avoid, and that is overthinking it, because it's not something that particularly needs a lot of thought. But here we are. Alright, so I'm gonna go see if I have enough iron to make some rails, which I hope I do. I hope the iron in my inventory is not all I had. Okay, good. Don't really need any powered rails, just need some rails to get the villagers around locally. Oh, it's getting dark. Is it or is it not? No, it is. It's actually a nice view. At some point, I definitely do want to light the area up. Torches under moss carpets tends to be a good idea, or for visible light sources, lanterns work quite well. Okay, so... and then we'll take them out there as needed. Definitely want to have this lit up in here, though. I'm going to place the torches up there because I don't want to take any chance of that messing with the spawn or the way this breeder is going to work. And then we'll just put a simple wood door back there. Which I think there's some in the chest in the house. Not that one, this one. Or maybe not even that one. Maybe the one by the river. Yes. As well as 5 fences. And 13 apples. Looks like it'll also be time to harvest the farm soon, which I don't think I'm going to show on camera. It's not really that interesting. At all. So... oh, I didn't bring the hoe with me. I'll just make a stone one. That button was so well camouflaged. I'm going to put the door there, that way the minecart has something to stop against. Since this area is the way it is, I think that should be enough to keep anything from spawning back here. I am going to err on the side of caution, though, because I said I don't want these villagers getting turned into zombies. It would help with the prices, but I typically don't bother with that. Just it's a lot of extra work for not much gain. Actually, I take that back. It's worth it early on, but once they start raising their prices, you have to go through the whole thing again. If it were maybe a permanent discount, I'd consider doing it, but no. For something that's temporary, I'm not going to do that. Oh yeah, when you're trying to fill out a farm like this, it works. It's better to place your stuff in rows. Because it grows faster that way. And plus, if you do rows like this till eventually you have enough rows to do the whole thing, you can harvest it, and then you'll have enough seeds to actually fill in the whole farm plot. So it also works as a way to gauge how much or how long you have until you can fill in the whole thing. Oh, wow. Over 64. Excuse me. How are you so hard to hit? By the way, I did that because I feel like I need ink sacs for something. I can't, for the life of me, remember what. It's just ingrained. If you see a squid, get at least one ink sac. Weird. Oh yeah, I think we can actually start to populate the breeder with beds and be fairly good in doing so. So I did off-camera shear the sheep a few times because I just sat in my house and AFK'd. Which I'm going to try not to do too terribly much off-camera. Once I get a strip mine set up, I will strip mine for diamonds off-camera because I don't mind doing that. But till we get to that point, I don't really want to do much off-camera. I feel like that's how I ruin a world, is by doing too much off camera, not enough on. Oh yeah, on to something else. I would very much like to be able to start on a mob farm very soon. So I'm going to start going about getting the stuff to do that. I think I'm going to go out of, make it out of wood and just use a lightning rod on the ground to protect it from burning down. It's going to take a lot of stone. Oh crap. Granted, I don't want to make it too many layers thick, so it's not going to be that tall. Oh cool, spare bed. It's not going to be very tall, but I just, I don't know if I already talked about it. I don't see me finding a spawner anytime soon. So I feel like that would be the better option for now. Plus, gunpowder in the late game is going to be very important. So, I figured if I get something like that built, the earlier the better. Do I have a boat? I do not have a boat. Birch boat it is. Also, redstone. Cobblestone. And how many can I make? 5. That should be more than enough. Also, of the power sources, which ones can be placed underwater? Because that's also going to be very important here in a minute. Okay, buttons can't. How about a lever? Levers can't either. Why can these not be waterlogged? Okay, so that means it's gonna be. Do I have enough redstone to make a redstone block? I do not. That's alright. There's more than one way to go about things, and I'm clearly doing this the wrong way. Okay. Where did I throw those out at? Okay, I don't... The button can stay in the river forever for all I care. But now we need to work out how we're going to get the villagers from the village over here, because... I think if I remember right, the ocean is fairly close to the village. So I'm just hoping that there's a channel of water that connects the village to the ocean, because boats on land are just pure misery. And that is no joke. Actually... Oh, cool. There's an outlet right here. Or should be. Yeah, I see it. Oh, thank you, 1.19 river changes. Because the village should be just right up here. And it is. Also, it's getting dark. I know I hate flooded caves, but why couldn't this ravine have been flooded? Also, wrong buttons. I'm going to disable that because, for now, because I feel like having this cave be marked is a good idea. Oh, no. Well, here, villager. Get in the boat. Let me place the boat. There. We have at least one villager in a boat. Oh, getting more than one may be slightly troublesome. Because I didn't take into account the elevation. Because this is almost at sea level, and then there's that hill in the way. What? Okay, so I was looking at the Y level. I knew that the path blocks were a slightly different Y level than grass, but I didn't know if it would actually show up on the mini-map, but it does. So that's interesting. Now there is another way I could do this to make it not so painful, but okay, so we just need to get them to right here. So over this hill and then we're home free. Yeah, that looks good. I could use boats and pistons to use the same route. Actually, if I put the bell over here and then waited, wouldn't they just all kind of congregate around the bell? There's also... Oh. Yeah! That worked out so much better than what I was... Thank you. It's not common when the villagers make your life easier. Well, with that, I'm going to take this small victory and choose the end of the episode here. With that, thank you so much for watching. Remember, comment your ideas that you might want to see in this world in the comment section down below. And with that, I've been Confined to 681, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.